right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a lovely next episode of our Dungeons and Dragons stream here. Very excited to have you all. Hope you're excited to be back. So just to introduce myself, I am Fred Packard. I will be your Dungeon Master for the evening. We are now on episode 11. I am very excited that we've made it this far, and we're going to continue this trek forward. In other news, sorry for last week, guys. I had a pet emergency, so I was unable to host. Spent all night in a pet hospital taking care of my puppy, who's doing much better, who you've seen on this stream a couple times. And I just wanted to say that we will be missing Terry Locks today. He does have some family matters he needs to attend to. We wish him all the best and nothing but love while he takes care of what he needs to take care of. On a side note, just wanted to introduce our lovely cast for the evening. We're a bunch of creators and D&D players getting together on Wednesday nights around 7:30, 8-ish. To play.
Bunch of nerds.
And I have we'll start at the top. If you just want to introduce yourself really quick, we'll start with Carla.
Oh, me? Oh,
yeah, you're next to me on this one.
Oh no.
Episode 11. Episode 11. I think we got this.
And I haven't gotten any better. But hi everyone, I am Carla. I'm playing Danan, who is a fireborn sorcerer. Is it?
Yeah, you just.
No,
You just.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Feyborn?
I just. Yeah.
Feyborn sorcerer?
Feyborn, yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah. Awesome.
We drink.
And then.
We haven't started,
we're
but
just getting
yeah.
started here.
So
Cheers, everybody.
On that note, I'm going to. Yeah. Pressure.
To the right of you, I have Mr. B Nasty. That's Barney. Yeah, that's you, Barney.
none of us know who that is.
I thought that was Josh.
We're hoping that we can all be nasty.
No, that's Jay Nasty. Jay Nasty.
Bow chicka bow.
The B to
Bow chicka Barney.
the B to Josh is Jay.
Oh God.
Jay.
Wow.
Babe.
Props to you. That was nice.
And I'm not
Yep.
always on point, but when I am,
I'm Cal, and I've got dibs on that boomerang. Actually, my name is Barney, and I'm here today.
Hey, you can always pursue.
Oh, that was a
you
good
can
deep
always
voice.
pursue some voice acting here. Barney, if you ever need to, I think you could find another career in voice acting.
Hit me up.
Anyone.
We're just
Anyone.
Help. Yeah.
we're just a bunch of nerdy ass voice actors trying to do no. And to the right of you, we have the J to your B.
Yeah, like
Jay?
it.
Yeah, you Jay. Jay
What's up,
Nasty.
Jay?
It's
Gotta
KBJ.
come up with a secret
Cool.
handshake now.
Well, my name is Lokilani Ocean Reaper. My character is a blood hunter. He is human, about 6 feet tall, and has red eyes, and wears clothing that's similar to like almost a Viking style, but it's still easily able to be moving in for combat and such. He is seeking revenge toward the empire that is right now invading this country, and there's a few reasons why that he has yet to disclose.
All right, and then below you, our war dwarf, if you will, our bunny petting, feeding dwarf,
Soft.
a man that needs no introductions, Rick-tastic over here.
But we'll take all of the introductions that anyone is willing to offer.
He could be nasty also, as Brawl.
It's true. I have been known to be nasty from time to time.
Oh, Brawl.
Nice.
So I play
All in the fan art.
Brawlethal Strongheart. Brawl is a 42-year-old dwarf who is currently on a quest looking for his brother for reasons that have yet to be disclosed. He is a little tall for a dwarf, just under 5 feet, but muscular build, round dwarven belly, red hair, fiery red hair, who has just sworn the oath of the ancients. So he lives his life just trying to protect life in general, unless life happens to be threatened. So he seeks to protect the innocent life from the other life that tries to harm it. As a result, he's in love with nature. He loves spending time outdoors, going for long walks under the moon. After spending a considerable amount of time on this quest, he has taken a little bit of a casual appearance. He wears a solid breastplate. He wears a gauntlet on his right arm and a couple shoulder pauldrons. And then aside from that, he has a kilt. He doesn't wear anything on his feet. He likes the feeling of the earth beneath his feet. And
He wears
I
a
feel like
kilt, huh?
Okay.
he does wear a
Find him
kilt.
on
Yes.
find him on Dungeons and Dating profiles.
He wears a kilt.
That's a
Tumblr.
$1 million idea.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Find him on Tumblr.
So-
He enjoys. Yeah.
Oh, and then also the symbol for the Onite clan is mistletoe. The symbol for him as a paladin is mistletoe. That's his holy symbol. And so he carries around a small sprig of mistletoe that
Oh,
he's
how
able to use
convenient.
as his spellcasting focus.
It's awesome.
Oh, I like
And
that.
also as a reminder of his loyalty to his clan, his loyalty to his family, and the oath that he has sworn to protect innocent life.
All right.
Honor.
Okay.
Strength and honor.
So a couple of notes at the top of the show. One, we have Mainframe Comic Con, guys, which is going to be live on the 15th and 16th
This weekend.
this weekend.
Yeah.
And
That's legit.
there is a preview night with a question and answer starting at 7 p.m. on Friday, August 14th. They're also going to have Matt Fraction and Kelly Sue DeConnick from Captain Marvel, Sex Criminals, and Hawkeye, who are going to be doing a little panel. Then also they have a couple other guests: Michael Deming, Brian Michael Bendis, David Mack, and Taki Soma. From various different things. But I mean, the guest list is huge. I don't know if you guys got a chance to look at the website. Clancy Brown from Justice League, from Thor, from Highlander. He is now a guest. They have Kevin Conroy. That's cool. Coming. Brian Michael Bendis from Ultimate Spider-Man, Daredevil, Superman, House of M, Alias. Robert Wool from Batman, Arliss, and Good Morning Vietnam. And then one of my favorites is Your Soul Is Mine. Is making an appearance.
Which I'm saying a few times during this.
Mr.
campaign.
Tagawa, who is from Mortal Kombat, Planet of the Apes, The Man in the High Castle. That was a great get. They're having a reunion panel for The Walking Dead with 20 plus cast members.
Yeah.
I mean, the list really goes.
Do we
on
know?
and
Do we know what cast members?
on. There's some very
Yeah.
prominent ones.
Or is it like still
There's
surprise?
some very prominent ones, but yeah, there is some special surprise guests that will be joining that panel. So, one of my favorites is Kevin Eastman, the creator of Ninja Turtles. Josh and I had a chance to, I think it was Palm Springs or Long Beach, where we did it. It was Long Beach, I think, where we did a.
It was twice. We saw him, I think, in Long Beach, and I think we saw him in San Diego.
Yeah, so that was really cool. Greg Rucka from Wonder Woman, DC Comics is going to be there. There's been a lot of shakeups with DC Comics, so but it's been been my favorite. I'm actually going to be hosting a couple panels. Be doing the Kanto panel, and I'm also going to be doing a panel for. Oh my gosh, I can't think of his name right now. I'm doing a couple panels, but Bliss. I'm doing a panel for Bliss from Image, so that's going to be a really fun one. So I have 3 panels that I'm hosting.
So
I'm pretty excited.
Your panel with Kanto, it's with who? David Boer and
David.
Drew.
I'm getting the
Yeah.
details
Drew Zucker?
tomorrow on all the panels.
That's
and
great.
I'm excited to start preparing for it. But yeah, guys, so check it out. Mainframe Comic-Con starting on the 14th for preview night. 15th and 16th are full days live streaming. There's different halls you can hop into. There's really nothing like it online right now in terms of online comic book conventions, where you get a mix of creators, artists, writers, actors, directors. Ben Templesmith from 30 Days a Night. I mean, that's fucking awesome. So I'm pretty stoked. Bob Sally with his new book Broken Gargoyles. Charles Sticky from Scout Comics. The list is really goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. David Mack from Daredevil.
Phenomenal
Which
idea.
means that we no longer need to talk about
Sure.
it.
All right, I'm going to end it. But yeah, check out Mainframe Comic-Con,
but,
14th, 15th,
yeah.
16th.
Check out the website. Check out all the cool guests that are going to be coming. I came here to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
But before we do that, if you haven't, go check out Kanto because it's an amazing, amazing comic. And that way you can go and, post some comments and say hi to David and Drew from us.
But with that being said, I'm ready to roll some dice tonight, seeing as we had a week off.
Do
we need to run through the recap?
Yes, we do. So let's jump in. We're going to start with the recap. Brawl, take us through last week's recap.
All right. So the initial wave in the beginning of the last episode, the group found themselves in the midst of a battle, and with some Aarakocra that had somewhat ambushed them after they stumbled upon some ruins. The initial wave of the Aarakocra was swiftly put down once Lox and Danon returned from the Fey Plane. The group pressed up into the ruins, and Brawl attempted to persuade the remaining hostile forces to surrender, believing the Aarakocra to be outnumbered. They refused, however, leaving the group with no choice but to protect themselves by eliminating the remaining Aarakocra. Unfortunately, as the group advanced through the ruins, it became apparent the enemy had greater numbers than the group first believed. Brawl was soon outnumbered and had to fall back under heavy javelin fire, but thankfully, the rest of the group moved swiftly to take down the remaining forces, saving Brawl from certain death. Once the dust settled, the party regrouped in the back of the ruins and discovered a chest the Aarakocra were guarding. The chest contained some goodies like a blowgun, some darts for the blowgun, a boomerang, dragon chest set, a rusty dagger, and some coin. Once the group got comfortable, Danon took that opportunity to disclose to the group what she has been wrestling with internally since the beginning of the adventure. She admitted that she is actually an Eladrin from the Feywild who was transported to the land of Ether, but she doesn't know why. She doesn't have full control of her powers anymore, resulting in random discharges of magic, explaining some of the mishaps that have occurred in battle. She admitted to also being given a magic compass by a deity, under the pretense that the compass will respond to questions that she asks by pointing her in the direction of the answer. After Danon finished recounting her tale, the group was surprised to see a half-elf approach from the scene of the battle, holding 2 swords dripping with blood. He quickly made his peaceful intentions clear by throwing down the blades and seemed to be looking for the group to help him. And that is where we pick up with the unit.
I don't think you guys settled on the
Not
unit.
the unit.
Well done on the recap.
Yay.
Well done on the recap.
Well done.
So let us dive into tonight's episode of Keep Your Headset On. All right, here we go.
Hey, we know what it is.
Dungeons
Wait, no.
and Danon.
So, as the party stands on the precipice of a battle that they just hard fought and won, tired, exhausted, you see a man, elf, maybe man, standing there. The rain starts to come down. Thunder opens up the sky. He's standing there cleaning off his swords that are dripping of blood. And he looks at you and he says, Are you ready to go?
Go where? Who are you?
There's no time for the pleasantries.
Oh yeah. There's always time. You know, it's really dangerous to go with strangers.
How about a
Especially
name?
like, yeah.
My name is Mozak. I'm a member of the Sedan. My brothers are being held roughly a day's march from here. I believe that you are here to help. I've been tracking you for quite some time, but there's been a lot of Semet warriors scattered about this area. They're held down. We need more people to come fight this cause to free them. And I'm afraid if we wait any longer, or linger any longer, they will die.
I'm not one that can be at
Can I make
my
an
full
insight
capacity.
check to see if he's lying?
Sure. Roll for...
I
Or
can't
see
be
if
at
he's
my
trying,
full
trying to
capacity
deceive.
with no sleep.
We need to rest first.
Where...
I rolled a 14.
Well, have you been tracking us?
I've been following you to know if you were a foe or friend.
Okay, so you've been all the shit. You saw all the shit that we left behind us.
Yeah.
We're exhausted.
Yes, I do,
Was
but
spent.
I promise you that the numbers that you faced together, I faced alone, and I'm equally, if not more, exhausted. But we must press forward.
Okay, if you're exhausted,
many-
you're not good.
How many days of
with him.
travel are we from the Sedan?
We're
Makes
about
sense
a
to me.
day's march. There's quite a trek.
Then we stay here, we make camp here tonight under shelter, and we leave first thing in the morning.
We must leave immediately at dawn.
That's fine. A night's rest will do all of us a lot of good.
I'm still pointing my arrow at him as well.
Mozak, was it?
Mozak, yes.
Mozark?
Mozak.
Bird.
Mozak.
So you examine him, you look him down from head to toe. He's blonde, and he has a ponytail, but the ponytail doesn't drop down. It kind of jettisons out, as if he had like gel or something holding it up, but it's more like it's like a straw type, very thick. You can tell his hair has been washed in many days. He has blue tribal tattoos that go down his face, down his body, his bare chest. He has some very elegant armor, you know, beautiful and almost, you know, art in its own self. He has kind of a kilt, but it's more tethered and ripped, and has some tribal tattoos, you know, imprinted on it. Down his arm are blue spirals, and he has two long swords in his hands.
Do I
How did you
recognize the
come-
armor as? Do I recognize the armor as anything like a status symbol or a mark in like a?
You know from the tattoos. Actually, make a history check for me really quick.
All right, that's going to be.
How do you spell Mozak, by the way?
16.
Mozac. And then what did you say, Cal?
16.
So you know from the tattoos that he has earned every tattoo through battle and blood. And there's many. And you know what that symbolizes. And you know that this is somebody that you don't fuck with.
Big warrior man scare.
So he takes his swords. He has them in the ground. Did you roll your insight check?
So
Yeah, I got a 14
Okay,
on
so
that.
you believe him, and then go ahead over to you.
do you know who we are?
Not even.
I'm holding my.
I don't know who you are, but I see that you have fought bravely, and that you are worthy of some respect.
And why is it that you believe that we will follow you, the Sedan?
I'm not asking you to follow us. I'm asking you to help us. I believe we have a joint cause against these invaders.
I turned to
Do we?
Loki. I turned
How
to
do you know we
Loki
weren't just
and
trying to rob them?
I whisper to him, "Isn't this what Sarah was talking about? Like we were supposed to go and save these guys?"
Can't,
I know that, but he doesn't know that. Or does he?
well, even if you're trying to rob them, your quarrel seems to be with them, not I.
Where did you come from?
Well, after the invasion, I've been living off the land for the last 5 years, trying to find other survivors, and it's been many, many years. I came across a camp, but I did not venture in. I was not certain there's some magic. The fog. It's about a day and a half from here.
That is where the prisoners are being held.
No. The direction that you were coming. I've been following you for the past maybe like 6 hours or so.
Since we left Sturgeon Point.
Why have you been following
Sturgeon Point,
us?
is that the camp that I saw?
Potentially, if you've been tracking us since we left a camp.
Sturgeon Point. It was a heavy fog. Interesting. Okay.
This is getting even more. This is just getting more confusing. I want to know why you are following us, especially for 6 hours. Why weren't you helping us to begin with? If you were were paying attention that closely.
I was following you, and then I came across a small group of Semet fighters. You guys ventured on. I took care of that problem, and I caught up with you, and you were already ending your skirmish. As for why I was following you, is to see again if you were friend or foe.
Seems far too convenient.
Wait, so if you were following us, how do you know that they're people to save?
I was there a few days ago. It's just me, and it's very heavily guarded.
Okay, well that's good. How many guards?
I would almost venture to say there's about 30.
Whoa.
Osak, where? Because that's really creepy. It's really creepy as fuck. Where do you start following us?
I started following you. You were jumping across, swinging on a tree. There was a little crack that you guys were trying to get over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was we were impressive. Yes.
That was
Legend
fun.
there. Yeah. Stuff a legend.
Well, listen. I can assure you I'm not here to cause any problems, and if you're with me, then I'd be happy to call you friend.
So I'm assuming that you are able to guide us to this camp where the prisoners are being held.
Yes, it's about a day's march.
Okay.
There is a small... I didn't see anybody there, but
Besides the
halfway, there's a small... Looks like another camp that I came across, but it was very small. There was just a single hut, and it was in a clearing. But I didn't see any souls around there. Other than that, it's a straight shot. We can maybe swoop through, see if there's any additional survivors that have been hiding out there, and then maybe press forward if you guys are willing.
You said it's about a day's journey that way, right? What if we rally to the hut that's halfway, so we're closer? Use that time to travel as a short rest.
So you say you can take a rest now, venture there, and then go?
I'm saying if it's halfway, it's 12-hour journey, right?
Right.
So we start.
Well, a day is usually 12,
Well, full...
right? So
from
maybe
here,
about 6 hours.
Yeah,
Six.
the full march there would be about 12 hours. Halfway, 6. That camp that I came across that was empty was about... It's in a area where there's a lot of ruins from the old times, but
Is it
Shelter?
protected? Is it something that we can actually utilize
It
as
looks completely barren.
for?
This
Be
is a
able to
bit
turn it into
of a
something.
gamble in my eyes
It's
because we don't know anything about
you
it.
have to pass through.
We don't know who's around that area. We don't know what we'll run into on
We
the way
don't know
over
if
there.
this place is protected either. I don't think it's a good idea to make camp right in the Cox camp in the center of their camp to rest. That's suicide. What if
Fair.
another
I mean,
platoon comes through?
We can go out into the woods. We can find something. I just don't think it's a good idea to keep traveling in the dark while all of us are exhausted.
Picks up his swords. He puts them over his shoulders. You can see in his eyes that they have bags, and he's very tired, and they're very, his pupils are very large, and he looks at you guys, and he, listen. There's a cave. Maybe about 20 minutes in. We can head there, make camp. I don't mind standing guard. If one of you wish to stand guard with me, that's completely fine. And then we can venture on in the morning. What I'm saying is the other camp that I came across, it's on the way there. It's the path we must take. If we're going to make it, it's the quickest path. I didn't see any souls there, but I'm saying it might be worth stopping to take a look to see if there's any other survivors. That's all.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with approaching it during daylight when we can have full awareness of our surroundings and we're rested.
Are any of you brothers of the Sedan? He looks around at all of you.
Oh, night.
What clan are you from?
Sedan?
Yes, the Sedan. Are you from the Sedan? Where are you from, girl?
I'm from here.
Well, let's save the pleasantries for later. Human. Your name? First off, what are your names? I mean, if we're going to be bunking together.
So keep in
Go
mind,
ahead and
I'm
introduce-
still pointing my arrow at him.
He literally, he's not even acknowledging it.
I am slowly just getting closer and closer to Lux. I don't trust his shit.
Lox kind of looks up at you, and he well, listen, princess. I promise you,
Miss you, Terry.
no harm will come to you. I'll keep an eye on him from afar.
Okay.
I don't think I don't think he'll notice if I maybe slip out and keep an eye from the group from a distance.
Okay.
So Lox kind of backs up. The half elf turns around. Your arrow still pointed at him. He takes out what's holding his hair, and it kind of falls down. And he starts kind of pulling it back, and he puts it back. As he's doing this, Lox slips out, and he goes into the trees behind you guys, not too far off.
I'm good to
The-
move out of
the
the
elf-
rain. Let's just go to the cave.
The half elf
Sorry,
turns
but-
around. His swords are in his back. He walks up to you, Loki, as you're pointing the arrow. He gets right up to your arrow, which is like this, and he sticks his throat right up to the arrow. Are you gonna pull it, or are you just gonna point it all day?
I haven't decided yet.
We'll make a decision. I'm
Loki.
getting tired.
I walk away and into the woods. I'm over
I
it.
I
Let's
come up to
go.
Loki's shoulder and I just say it's not time for that.
He kind of pushes forward a little bit.
All
A
right.
little blood kind of trickles down just a little bit. He stares at you.
All right, that's fine. Most likely kill you in the morning, though.
Oh, that's
That's the spirit.
kind.
And
That's
I
kind of
put the other
you.
way.
And he looks right into your eyes and he whispers, "Blood Hunter," but only you hear it.
I just scowl at him as Loki walk. Are we walking away? Or
As you guys are walking,
dramatic exit, Loki and I.
as,
I've already
well, as you
started.
guys are
in the
walking,
rain.
I was gonna say that he kind of turns back around at Loki and he leads the way. You're being followed, mate. I'm not your.
I'd know if we were being
Oh no, he's
followed.
saying this to Loki. It just only Loki can hear him right now. You're being followed,
My
mate.
bad.
I'm not your enemy, but somebody out there might be. And then he turns around and he walks off.
How did he speak that quiet? I was right next to you. What? That was
He
weird.
whispered in his ear.
Seductive, even, I would call it.
Well, he's into that. Some blood and some like seduction, maybe.
So what does the so Lox is kind of trailing
not
behind the party, off the distance. He's kind of slipped out before being noticed, or at least he thinks he slipped off without being noticed. What is the rest of the group doing? We have
I'm
Brawl
walking
already
with
going.
Brawl.
Okay, so Brawl.
Well,
I'm following
Well-
right behind him.
I don't know where Brawl's going, but I turned to Mozart.
Brawl looked around with the information that. Hold on.
Can we go back to the chest and
Mozart.
pick up the valuables?
Yeah, you guys grabbed
Yeah.
You guys
I
grabbed
feel we
everything.
Yeah, we already
Yeah.
got it.
You guys already grabbed everything.
Mozak told us there was a cave nearby. I looked around, looked for the largest, nearest rock formation, and started heading that way, just assuming it was the right way. Just to start
One
moving.
thing about dwarves
Is he going
just
the
has
right
a
way?
keen direction to caves and underground
or
dwellings.
just a keen desire to keep moving.
So you guys venture on. You find the cave. Brawl. Go ahead.
Before we do that, I kind of want to have a conversation with the Ocal on this.
Okay.
So while walking,
Okay, so right now, let me set the scene. So the rain's pouring down. There's thunder. You can see lightning off in the distance. Not remotely super close, but it's enough where it lights up the sky, lights up the night on occasion. It is pitch black at this point. So I don't know if you guys are carrying torches. What are you guys doing in terms of lighting?
I have night vision.
Yeah, I have dark vision.
Dark vision.
I guess I'm staying close to Ocalo.
Okay. So you're
in order
walking
to
with Ocala. You
be
kind of
able
have
to see.
your arm on his shoulder as you guys kind of venture forward. Brawl.
It's not pitch black, is it? It's still like
it's
Night?
midnight at this point. It's like it's
Yeah.
late, so it's pretty dark. The moon is hidden behind some clouds, so it's pretty dark. It's hard to see when the lightning strikes.
but I could see him directly in front
Yeah,
of me.
you have
right?
probably right now.
I don't have to hold on to him.
Yeah.
Be like,
You guys have about
where am I?
probably about like a 5 to 7 foot radius where you can see naturally. Your eyes have adjusted enough, but when the lightning strikes, you can see about 30, 40 feet out as you're walking.
Okay.
It's coming down pretty hard. The ground is wet. It is slippery. And Brawl, you managed to find your way through to the cave. You notice the cave. It's small. Okay, it's a little opening in the side of a cliff.
Wait. Oh,
Okay, it's a little opening in the side of a cliff. It goes in maybe about 15 feet to keep you guys wet. It's on a bit of a slant. Okay, so the water's not coming down into it. It's more so it's dry inside. There is enough room for like a little bit of a fire if you're on the couch. Oop. Oop. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
I thought
Yeah.
that was me.
Okay.
Is that just the end of the rain?
It's a loop.
The rain track?
I don't.
You
Yeah.
walked into the
Yeah,
cave.
that was the end of the rain track. So you guys.
It was very
I was like, what just happened?
No.
silence.
Okay, sorry, we're back. Okay, and I'm gonna hand it over to Loki and Ukalo.
So
Where is?
before we make it into the cave,
Yeah, you guys are.
Yeah, it's kind
Can
of.
we check around? Like,
Yeah,
it's
I'm-
not like a
I'm
trap.
ahead. I'm already in the cave, and I'm making a fire.
Oh.
Yeah.
yes.
Kat, let's go check the perimeter, perhaps, and make sure that everything's good around us.
The perimeter. Yes, of course.
Danan, you should stay with Brawl, I would say, for the moment. Stay close to him. Don't talk too much to this stranger. He doesn't seem... Something seems off.
I know. Don't worry, I'll protect him.
Okay, good.
Brawl, do your thing.
On it.
I step outside.
We'll be back in a moment.
I'll have food ready.
Love that guy. Anyway,
All right.
what's up?
So we make our way a little bit further from the cave, out of hearing and view of the stranger. So, do you know anything about this man?
Oh yeah, plenty. I mean, I could tell you that you almost got your arse kicked. that was right clever of you. He's a high-ranking officer. He's killed a lot of people. You can tell.
And he would have been able to dodge my arrow from his neck?
I doubt he would need to. I don't think you'd be fast enough to let it go. Don't worry about it, mate. He's just trained for that kind of thing. He's used to it.
He's trained to take an arrow to the neck.
He's trained to disarm. He probably knew you weren't gonna fire. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
So what is it that you know about this man?
Nothing, pretty much. I know that he's of the Sedan, as he, was forthcoming with, but I don't recognize him.
Well, he's of your kin.
What, you think we all know each other? We're like,
Do you recognize anything about him? Do you recognize his tattoos?
yes, so his tattoos, excuse me, yes, that's how you can tell. Several rings, they each, they symbolize, accomplishments, so to speak.
Is that Sedan?
Badges of honor. Yes, he is Sedan. That is.
But that's
for
a
Sedan.
Sedan trait, or is that an Elven trait?
That is for the Sedan.
And how is it? I mean, you're not Sedan, are you?
I claim no clan.
Where did you originate?
Of the Sedan.
So that
You
is
got
how you
me.
know of his tattoos.
Yeah. But he doesn't know that. I had mine undone a while ago.
And you don't think that he suspects anything?
I hope not. I don't see why he would. I mean, as far as he can tell, we're just some travelers who were ambushed and defended themselves.
And if that's true, and you no
I
longer
really.
affiliate with the Sedan,
Well, it depends on who you run into now, don't it? Right? So, like networking, you know some people, you don't know some other people. It's off and on.
is there any feeling that you have about our current mission?
Well, like I said, I don't know who we're rescuing, whoever it is. I just hope they. I'm trying to keep a low profile here. I was not exactly. I didn't exactly walk out on my own terms, if you catch my drift. But with a chip on my shoulder, if I do recognize anybody, I would be sure to let us know.
You recognize a small glow coming from an area.
Who does?
You.
Who recognizes? I do. A small glow.
All right. I brush it off. Maybe I wouldn't tell you straight away, but comes with trust and whatnot.
I was expecting that the glow is coming from somewhere else, but okay, I now know exactly where the glow is coming from. So, I don't even know why you bother.
Sometimes I forget.
If you have no,
I can say is this guy is scary, for one thing. The second thing is, if he knows where we're supposed to go, anyway, we can just go there and take the credit for it in the end. Like I said, I don't know no affiliation, so I'm okay with cutting our losses if we need to, if you know what I mean.
all right. Well,
Don't be so twitchy though, mate. Put everybody on edge.
and you trust this man to be
No,
on guard
don't
with us.
trust. Don't trust him, not for a second. But I mean, if he says what he says, then he's likely good for it.
Something
That makes no sense whatsoever.
something that you something
That's the opposite of trust.
something that you recognize, Cal, is based off of the tattoos, the hair, the armor. You know that this individual was pretty high up, and you also know that the Seiden, the warriors, they're not the kind that don't, that are to lie about their stature. Everything is earned in blood, and every mark on the body is never faked, and it's 100% earned. And and you kind of take things as at face value with a man like that.
He's respectable, not trustworthy.
Respectable. All right. So are you going to be the one to take first watch?
Yeah, sure.
We'll, I guess, continue our perimeter walk and
Wrap it up and
then
walk
make
back
our
into
way
the
back.
cave.
All right. So you guys enter. Danan, where were you during this? Are you in the cave as well?
Yes, I'm really close to Brawl.
Yeah.
Just
We
work.
can
I mean-
have a conversation while they're
Yeah.
out.
So is this Mosaic guy close?
Zach.
Mosaic, I know it's Mosaic, but is he close?
He is kind of sitting at the edge of the cave, looking out at the rain. He's about, from you guys, maybe like 15, 20 feet away.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on what's happened in the last few hours? Now that you've had some time to think about everything.
To be honest, I'm really on the edge right now.
Do you at least feel better after
Yes.
letting us know what's happened, what's been going on with you? It seems like it had to be a great weight to lift off your shoulders.
It was. I mean, I never been through anything even close like this. I never kept a secret like this, and I never. We're whispering, okay? We're not just like shouting.
And from where you guys are, you can tell that he has something weighing heavy on his mind, and he's kind of not paying attention to you at all.
And is the rain still going outside?
Oh yeah, it's coming down really hard. You can hear the thunder. And
Okay.
It's a pretty
So
good
we're
storm
good.
that's passing.
Okay.
There's enough background noise.
It's been a lot,
It
and
has.
in a really selfish way, I feel better.
Good.
But another big part of it means that I feel that I have you in danger, all of you.
Understandable. I wouldn't worry too much about that. I understand your sense of concern about that. It's very, very admirable to feel as if you are putting a burden on others. But if any of us didn't want to be here, we wouldn't be here.
Thank you, bro. How are you feeling?
I feel pretty good. I mean, wet. I'm finally not wet, so that's a great.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh,
I'm talking about the other stronghold that we found, and the news of your brother still missing and all of that. How are you feeling?
That is a great question. I guess I honestly haven't thought a whole lot about it since we left that tavern. It wasn't a good feeling to know that Father had sent someone to look for Valorlum, and that individual ended up drunk in a tavern for a month.
Is your brother an older brother?
Yeah. He's a couple of decades older than I am.
Yeah, I understand that. The age is different as well.
Yeah. At 42 years old, I'm still pretty young.
Yes, you are. But is it like a big burden for you to find your brother?
I would say is the only reason I wake up each day. Even when I don't even know it, even when it's not on my mind.
Is your driving force?
Yeah.
I understand. And I will help you. If
I appreciate that.
Well, it's just that if my little sister got lost, I will move the oceans to find her.
Yeah. Yep. Same.
And
How big was your family?
it was only my folks and my little sister and I. We are really young, like all of us.
How young is young for your kind?
I have I don't know, it's just that I don't have a lot of life experience, a lot of memories. It's not, and time moves different, so
Yeah.
you can
I
tell
guess I
when
didn't
somebody
think about that.
you can tell when a ladron is older, I guess, because they have control of themselves, and I know that I don't. Not even
Yeah.
back there. I didn't. I mean, there were some situations when I sneeze and poof, flowers.
Yeah, things get a little sketchy sometimes, huh?
Yeah, but here is worst. So yeah, I don't know why
Do you
it
think
happened to me.
do you think it's worse because you came here? As in, was it the journey that made it worse? Or is it simply being in a different place, a different plane of reality that makes it worse?
No, I don't know. I just like I said, I was at this celebration. It's like a carnival, if you may.
Yeah, it
And
sounded like a great time.
it was
I feel like
great.
I would love to be there.
Yeah, it was really sweet. It was the first time that I've been to one, and I remember just dancing and just twirling with my friends and my little sister, and then I black out. I don't know. And the next thing is just opening my eyes, and the world was a different place. I don't think that jumping to another plane was a problem. I think the biggest problem for me is knowing that the same way that I will move the oceans to find my sister, they are probably doing the same for me.
Mm.
And I
Sounds
think
like
the
you
last place I will be thinking about is this plane.
Yeah.
Especially because it's supposed to be a peaceful and it's not. It was a hard awakening, really hard.
So this has never happened to anyone that you know back home.
There's a lot of things that I don't know, to
Mm.
be honest. But I never. I mean, I heard tales of, wandering between realms, portals, going to different places and having a great adventure. But they're tales.
Right. Yeah. Tales of adventure are much different than being on the adventure itself. People tend to highlight the glory and the excitement. They tend not to talk about the suffering, the boring walks,
Yeah.
the pain, the danger. Well, talk about the excitement of the danger, but
It's really different to, romanticize
yeah,
an illusion and then saying that it's not like that.
no.
But I hope. I really hope. And I kind of like show the compass. I really hope that if I do a really good job, I will find my way back.
So
And
you're
that-
hoping you're hoping that the deities that you commune with will reward you with a trip home or with transportation home.
Those deities or whatever they were, they are different from what I thought they were.
Oh, have you not directly communicated with them before?
I communicated with, I think, I have my suspicions to them.
As you guys are talking, Loki and
What?
Cal enter the cave, or come up to the front of the cave, and then they're
And that's why you should have the chess set and I should have the boomerang.
Oh, if we're talking about the dragon chess set, I love dragon chess.
Oh, hey, how's it going? I walk up to the fire and I start cooking myself.
Oh, dinner has been like almost done, right? We've been cooking,
Yeah, I'm
Shopping.
seasoning,
stirring the pot.
like salt.
who's cooking?
Should I
First-
roll? Should I roll to cook dinner?
Let's see who's getting better at cooking. Who's cooking?
Who's
Hey,
chopping?
what? I help, so
Sure.
Oh yeah. So can I roll with
Help.
advantage?
Roll. Seeing as you're cooking, roll a d20 with for.
Medicine.
No, we'll do survival, and then you get to add a plus or a d, and then Danon roll a d4.
Okay. All right. 14 with survival.
Excuse me.
3.
Okay, so it's looking pretty good. You're cooking up. You're heating up some of your rations that you had. You had some of that. Did you take any of the bear? Did you have any of the bear?
Yeah, we took some of the bear meat.
So you have some of the bear meat that you're cooking up, and it's coming out really good.
We also need a vegetarian dish for Danon.
Oh, I actually grabbed like a pot and just put it on the side.
Oh, perfect.
Some moss.
Some nuts and berry collected.
Some dirt. Like
Oh, yeah, do we have some of those famous salty nuts still with us?
Did we
Do
ever
we?
get it?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
we
you
took
guys-
some. Yeah,
yeah, so like
it's a good snack.
yeah. Getting my protein somewhere.
I really just have no purpose for a chess set on the road. I mean, what am I
That's
gonna
fine,
do?
I'll
How
take
nice
it.
it is. Oh, okay, that works.
Yeah.
I still have the. I got dibs.
So while this happens, Mozak stands up. He walks over to your guys' group and he sits down and he kind of leans up against the wall. His arms are crossed. He takes his swords,
Would you like something
puts
to
them
eat?
on the ground. If you could spare just a small portion,
Yeah, of course.
reaches his hand out. Thank you.
I will give him some salty nuts.
Oh yeah, try these salty nuts. They're fantastic. We can't get enough of these nuts.
Kind of starts
They're rare
cracking
though.
open
So
the
it's a treat.
pistachio nuts and so
These nuts are rare.
let me ask you your names again, if you don't mind.
Brawl. Brawl's Strongheart.
Clan are you with, Brawl?
The Onite clan.
What about you, human?
You can call me Loki.
What clan?
It's all Loki. That's enough.
But do you not wear your clan with honor?
If you know anything about me, then you understand why that is.
I've heard enough about you, at least your type, but never met one in person.
Then how did you know about us?
When you've been wandering the lands for 5 years, you learn a lot.
You just hear it on the side of the road?
No, but you see the trail left behind, if you will. You pick up enough along the way.
He's from the Madrove. Point at
Fuck,
Oh.
it.
Cal.
Well, then perhaps I was wrong about you. But what about you? He looks over at you, Cal.
Oh, my name's Thomas. I continue eating my food. As my
You know, I just said your name too.
Yeah.
I do. I don't know.
Well, Thomas, do you have something to hide?
What? No. My pants just start flaming a little hotter.
Kind of.
Not hotter, but the flames go
He looks
higher.
at you, looks up.
I just continue eating my food.
It's all right. We all have things we're hiding. We all have things we're not too proud of over the last 5 years. Don't worry.
Aye.
And then you, girl, you said your name was what again?
She didn't. Leave her alone.
My name is Danan.
Well, pleasure to meet you, Danan. You seem like a kind spirit. I promise you, you'll see no problems from me. Well, if you,
I don't know about that. You keep calling me girl.
Oh. You are a girl.
And you know my age or anything else. So
You are a girl, are you not?
you're really perceptive.
Sometimes. Anyways, if it offends you, I'll do my best to not call you what you are. But
We can just refer to each other with our names.
Yeah, I think that's the most respectful thing to do.
Yeah.
Have you not manners?
well, if you prefer to call me man, by all means. I'm gonna hit the sock. We'll wake up bright and early. We're gonna take the southern trail down, and hopefully we'll reach it tomorrow by evening to save some Sedan. Pleasure, all. And if you need me to stand guard, just please wake me up. And then he kind of lowers his head, finishes his food, puts it to the side, crosses his arms, and begins to doze off.
Isn't he an elf?
Half elf.
Don't they not? Oh, he's half elf.
I'll take first watch.
I think.
I'm on it. Okay, I'm feeling rather spry tonight.
Okay.
Okay, then I'll take seconds.
I'll join you at second.
Oh,
So I'll just crawl like a cat and fall down.
as you're about to crawl down, you look outside and you see two rather large eyes kind of looking in, and you recognize the eyes Danon. And it's your friend. And then
He's watching over me.
first watch is Brawl and Cal.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So, Cal, how have things been?
You know?
That was quite the tussle back there.
Well, yeah, I took a couple javelins. That kind of sucked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna level with you, Paul. I'm still on edge about all of this. I feel like we were put at risk. We were somebody here in our group was approached by a god, and then since then has been keeping it secret. And as she did come clean, which is appreciative.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're putting ourselves at risk in a deity. Is if a deity is truly chasing her. This is scary stuff. How do you feel about this?
As someone who relies on the help of a god or two every now and then, I don't trust them all, but I am willing to trust people. And I'm also willing to trust until I see a reason not to trust. I feel capable enough that I would prefer to deal with situations when they arise and simply be as prepared as reasonable up until then. I think I'm growing fond of all of us. I'm enjoying our time together. I'm curious. I'm curious to see where this goes.
Could you do you have any, as a pious man, do you have any prayers that maybe you could teach me? Something just to calm the spirits.
Honestly, I like to just speak with nature. I treat it like a conversation. And if you're comfortable enough with the silence, you'll hear a response. There's life all around us. Life is constantly communicating. Plants with plants, plants with animals, animals with animals. even the life that we can't see. We tend to have this habit of thinking of everything as disconnected, that tree over there is a tree and that you're an individual. And all those animals out there are just animals. But the line between all of those is not as clear as you might think. The separation between even you and I, we're communicating even when we're not speaking.
I'll reflect on that. That's very interesting. I take out like a small leather-bound notebook and just scribble down some stuff.
Okay, can you roll, the two of you, a d20 for me for the first watch?
Add anything?
Your perception.
6.
17.
Okay. You hear some noises. Sounds like a large animal kind of stomping about outside, not too far off. A little bit of a growl, but it passes. Time goes by, and your watch has ended.
Yay.
You
What's up?
you wake Danan and Loki. You guys kind of nestle in for bed, and now the second watch has begun for Loki and Danan.
I kind of pushed her a little bit and was like, it's time to get up.
So, was that like a 4 hour or how long?
How long do you guys want the watches to be?
Well, how long are we sleeping?
Yeah,
I guess,
long enough
till
that we get a
dawn.
long
Yeah,
rest.
so
Yeah.
we'll just say it's you're
Right.
halfway through your long rest at this point.
Okay.
Okay. So, come,
Kick
we
Luke's
must
boots.
take
Get
watch
up.
now.
Go, Jared.
I gotcha.
I just fall where he once was. Straight down.
How you doing, Danan? Is Lux still out there?
He's out there. And I point.
Oh.
And you see like 2 red eyes going.
Or are they yellow eyes or red? Sometimes forget, I guess.
The fire's getting
They're just
the
like-
fire's getting a little bit lower. It's kind of becoming more emberish.
Do I see any logs that I can just put some more logs on the
Oh,
fire?
there's a couple.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and do that and stoke it a little bit.
I'll just like flame it up a little.
And then I'll bring it back down. Because I'm assuming we both have precipitation.
Yeah.
She goes a little bit too hot sometimes. I've
do.
noticed that sometimes you have little spurts.
Of
that-
magic or what?
Yes, we can call it magic.
Yeah. I'm still trying to control it.
Is it something that you're not used to? Is it something you've been able to master back home?
My like the powers of magic I can do. Most of it. Well, most of it. They're but it's harmless usually.
I've felt it quite a few times since
Back
I've met you.
home,
not
it's harmless. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I can say that my life has flashed before my eyes more times since I've met you than I've probably ever had in my life.
Yeah, well, there have been a lot of things going on, right?
More than most times.
How are you feeling? Are you doing okay?
I think that I guess I don't really have an answer for that.
I'm talking about the rock situation.
The rock
Do you
situation.
Code because of broom
You
guy?
know what? I haven't even really thought about it too much.
So, first thought, you're at my end. How you feel?
I feel like myself. I believe. Do you feel like yourself?
No. No, at all. Are you?
You seem to be fairly cold. Is it something that happens? I mean, based off of what I know about you, what I've read, I should say. This is not your normal season.
I completely turned red. Oh.
Oh, actually,
have you read about me?
I did not know that you could turn red of that complexion at this moment.
Yeah, embarrassment. It is not. Well, I guess it's the normal thing for me to be right now. We shift all the time, depending on how we feel. So it's normal to go through a lot of seasons all the time. This is the longest that I've been in winter. It's not really comfortable, but it makes sense. I wish I mean, it wasn't that obvious. I thought that I was being pretty secretive about, not just open my sleeves and just and some snow falls down.
It's subtle yet obvious. It's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah.
But it seems as though if you have been hearing from the gods, that it does make sense that you're here for a reason. It sounds like they're being assholes and not telling you what that reason is, which is very becoming of them.
My perspective was totally different, But you're thought to fear them.
Oh, I
I didn't
fear
know
them.
that I had. Well, I mean, if I look the same way that you looked when you were rock, that seems really scary. And, saw it once or twice. So
I don't know what it was that had happened. I don't know what's really came over to me. It was a familiar feeling in some ways, though. But,
do you feel that you're in control, though?
completely.
Well, That's
I
good.
say that with like a little bit of my eyes going in a kind of a fibbing way.
Mhm. Well, I guess that we're stuck together for a while, and with this guy as well. Do you trust him?
This man, the Mozak? No. I don't see any reason to trust this man as of yet.
Yeah, he's really condescending.
So I would keep your head on a swivel. Don't let your guard down.
What is what is that?
A swivel?
It's,
It is a mechanism that actually it's able to kind of rotate
so,
360 degrees, many different directions.
okay. Civil.
Yeah. So keep your head in a way that is able to move and be alert to.
I will be an owl.
Owl is a good. Wait, can you transform into an owl?
Oh no. Well, maybe not on purpose, but I will try not to.
I have the feeling that we will see.
I'm sorry that I made you this a couple of times.
That was different.
Well, that is probably to happen again, so I'm sorry for the past and the future. Sounds really bad, but I'm sorry.
Well, maybe part of the things that you need to do is to gain control of that ability, those powers, those innate powers that are within you. That because you're not used to you performing those abilities in this plane, maybe you need to utilize them more, and of course in a safe distance from others. Um,
I got a really good range, to be honest. I'm the one to, but it's pretty good sometimes. Over 120 sometimes.
yeah, maybe go a little bit further away.
I will practice.
Not right now, of course. It's a little bit late, but I would suggest that maybe it is in your best interest to practice and
Yeah, I see your point. Um, yeah, I will practice. Definitely. I will try to be in control of that.
very good.
Um, thank you.
So as you guys continue on and keep watch, you talk throughout the night, getting to know each other a little bit better. The sun begins to rise slowly. Mozak wakens. The rest of the group awakens. You have all completed a long rest. So everything is good to go in regards to that. Just click the long rest button on D&D Beyond.
Yes.
Oh, is that all I have to do?
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
And I think now would be a good time for us to take our break before we continue on with the rest of the journey bright and early, right around 8 a.m. For the group.
Bright and early as the crow flies, I guess.
So it's around 8 a.m. We're going to take a quick 10-minute break, and then we will hop back in and carry on with our journey.
Carry on my way.
There'll be peace when we are done. Nat One Network. Now that you said it live, we're gonna have to let everybody know. So is that gonna be the consensus? Are we making this a thing?
We're making it a
We've
thing.
already
Yeah.
made it a
Okay,
thing,
so-
I think.
Yeah, I thought we already made it a thing.
So guys,
It's
There are
happening.
t-shirts coming and hoodies.
T-shirts, hoodie, all that stuff. So
Hats.
guys, I just want to let you know that our stream. Welcome back, by the way. I know this is kind of a midpoint announcement. We'll do it again before next episode. We'll put some stuff on social media here soon, but we are going to be the Nat One Network. So I am really excited. Nat One Network. We even got a mascot and everything.
Nat One.
I also
The Nat One Nat.
That one.
but I also want to thank everybody that's been sending art in of our characters. That has been really cool. I wanted to mention that at the beginning of the stream, but I will say something at the beginning of next stream as well, just to kind of double down on this. But the artwork that we've been getting has been freaking awesome. I'm going to start featuring that in the actual thumbnails as well, and then eventually we'll put together a slideshow of all the different artists and the artwork that they've done. And it's been really cool seeing. I mean, the cover of this episode was of Cal, and that was pretty dope, man. That's a pretty cool action shot.
Fantastic.
But I'll definitely get all the names,
We'll have
all the
to
handles,
get their
all
names.
the handles, all the artists. We'll give proper shout outs, and we'll be featuring that art on our channel, and then possibly on Mainframe Comic Con or MainframeComicCon.com.
I've been animating a few of them
Yeah,
just to be like adding a little extra cool
Little
tweaks
extra.
and
So, yeah.
features.
A little
Something.
bit of
So please
Little
do
flares.
find us on Twitter. That's where we kind of live our lives socially, and we'll be creating a Twitter account and accounts for this specific channel. But yeah, we are going to be henceforth. You will be known as Darth Nat One Network.
Nat
Yeah,
One.
just-
We're
Nat One.
known as Nat
Nat
One.
That one.
All right, so Nat One.
Because and the backstory to that a little bit is that we recognize that we're not the most elaborate or most expensive stream out there, so we recognize that we're gonna make some failures. We're gonna have some Nat Ones,
Critical failures.
some critical failures during our streams sometimes, but we're about learning from them and about living with those Nat Ones and moving forward.
So we are Nat One. You will be finding us on Mainframe Comic Con, but our show is Nat One, and we'll have logos, all that stuff. You'll find some merch in the shop. It'll be fun.
stickers.
Eventually,
painted.
we're working towards it. We're
And
working
some
on
fun memes and
little
stuff.
brawl action
Yeah.
figures.
Oh my
Buttons.
God! The brawl art piece of him naked with.
Oh.
Oh, those pops, like those pop
So-
figures.
Wholesome.
Oh god.
So
But,
wholesome.
yeah, guys.
Yeah.
And again, Mainframe Comic Con, 15th and 16th, preview night 14th, and excited to see you all there. With that being said, let's dive back into tonight's episode. For those of you watching live, we thank you. Feel free to comment. We're happy to talk with you as we play. And please smash that like button if you get the chance. It really does help that YouTube algorithm. But with that being said, let's get back to the show. Where you guys left off, you had a long rest after Danan and Loki finished their conversation. Kind of watch as the rain slowly dissipates and ends, and the thunder slowly rolls off into the hills. It's a pretty quiet morning. The rest of the group awakens. Mozak takes his knives or swords, puts them back over his shoulders. He kind of stretches in the front of the cave, getting ready for the day. As you all kind of shake awake and put out the fire. And
I'm stretching next to him, and I look way cooler.
He kind of looks over at you. He's kind of,
I'm making a little breakfast.
You're right over there, Kyle.
Who?
Well, I guess Thomas.
Oh, yeah, just limbering up, ready for the day.
Well, The day is waiting, as they say.
As they say.
Well, I'm ready to find some brethren. How about you?
Definitely. We were sent there anyway. Yeah, I mean, you can see that we're a little suspicious last night of. I'm still like limbering up as I'm saying all this to him. Yeah, of a Klansman of the people of spilled blood would just approach us and just be like, "Hey, let's go kill some guys." I mean, we were just defending ourselves from those birds, but lucky for you, we were actually sent here on behalf of somebody. Maybe you know him, maybe you don't. Have you heard the name Sarah before?
Sarah doesn't ring a bell. No.
What about the name Avery? No?
Sounds vaguely
right.
familiar, but not someone I was close to.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Hmm.
So Sarah, yeah, she sent us. She said that if we help you, you help us, kind of thing. We'll help you get these Klansmen on out of their predicament.
What clan did you say
And
you were from?
I didn't. But so as I was saying, we help you, you help us. All we need, I don't know, is okay. We need help back at Sturgeon Point, as my friend aforementioned. And we were told these guys could provide us some
You
muscle.
seem a little nervous, Thomas. Yes, I'll provide you with help because these are my clansmen. So appreciate your help as well. You seem like a man that doesn't really want to dive into things, so I'm not going to push you there, nor do I really care. So, tell me what you want, or don't. It's fine. As long as we're, can I trust you in battle? That's really all that matters.
I'd say so.
Okay. Well,
just don't shoot me, and I won't shoot you.
Judging by the fact that you're not, glowing.
Or don't stab me, I guess.
Well, it is what it is. I won't stab you. I won't do nothing. I'll fight side by side with you, and we'll just leave it at that. And if I earn your trust, and you want to talk with me, by all means. Otherwise, it's cool.
Do you know any of these men that we are?
I don't know which of my brethren were taken or how long they've been there. I just know that they're there, and I'll fight through hell to find them.
You said there were about 30 guards.
I was scoping out the camp for quite some time. It's pretty heavily fortified. They have a watch. I can hear screams coming from the inside. It's not pretty. And
what is the makeup of the guards that you saw? What are we walking into?
It's a healthy mix of Orug and Cox.
Goddamn Cox.
Fucking A.
Yeah. Their Cochrane are, flooding this area, which is interesting. But I did see some Drow as well. But
Drow up here.
yeah, it's very interesting.
Seems
At night, they switched off.
That's odd.
Quite. However, with the Yugon clan, you can never trust the Drow.
Who are the Drow?
Well, they're elves.
Once.
Still.
Roll a history check or saving throw.
Yeah, roll for history.
It's gonna be a 9.
I mean, you've heard rumors of the Drow from the Yugon. They dwell in the caves. They stay to the night. But you know that they're very much like elves, but don't like being out during the day or in the sun rather.
I keep this knowledge to myself.
Fair enough. But yeah, so you see Mozak, he takes his sword. He cuts a line into his arm. And then he pulls something out of his bag. And he starts to put this blue ink in the cut that he left on his arm. And he kind of starts needling it in while you guys are kind of standing there.
This is not really breakfast activity. What are you doing?
Well, survived another battle yesterday. Killed another 10 Semet warriors, so 10 inches of soul to reap into my arm. And he continues to kind of dot the blue ink into his arm, about 10 inches worth, an inch for every man that he killed.
How's that breakfast coming there, Brawl?
Let me check. Not too good.
What? Were you not paying attention?
Yeah, I guess I was slightly distracted by the man giving himself a tattoo.
Yeah, that blood and ink.
Yeah. Breakfast might be a little crispy, but nothing we can't handle.
Can't be any worse than what I did the other night.
That's true. Good point. See, life's all about perspective.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for making breakfast for us.
Anytime.
I finish stretching and I saunter over.
I put a
Doing like some
put a plate
cow
together and hand it to
cat.
Cal.
Oh, thank you much.
All right, so as you guys are eating, you guys finish up your meals. Mozak standing at the front of the cave. Are you guys ready to leave? It's time to get moving.
Are you eating?
Not very much hungry. I ate last night.
Yes, you did, but also you hurt yourself. So.
Well, that's nothing. You can see the bandage is now wrapped around the wound. There's some blood kind of seeping through. His hair is now tied back. He's full armor, ready to go. His eyes don't seem as droopy from the first night's rest that he's had in a very long time. Kind of leans forward. Bring a bite on the road. I'll eat while we walk. There's really no much time to spare.
Good idea. I'll bring a bite for me too.
So if you'll follow me, we'll head south. We'll make way to the camp that was empty, and we'll start there. Maybe take a short rest if we. It should be about 6 hours march, and we can kind of go from there.
Lead on.
All right.
Good
So the
plan.
group you get.
I'm gonna grab a little bit and a little bit of extra,
Okay.
and as soon as I can, when Mo starts not looking, I'm gonna put it like quietly on the road, and I'll say Lux, and just keep walking.
Okay. You hear, "Aye, princess, I'm still here." You could just leave that there in the bush. I'll be right with you.
Keep walking. Nothing happened. But obviously, I'm like, acting like.
All right. So you guys carry on. Who's leading the way? Mozak, and who's behind him?
I'll go up front.
Okay, I'm gonna have the group roll a d20.
Oh.
Just a straight d20.
14.
17. Straight.
11.
Nat 20.
Ah.
So you guys carry on for about. That was a really good rolling, guys. You guys carry on for about 3 hours. Mozak's kind of been like a yog, if you will.
Like grandma power walking
mall
type.
walking, power walking. And you guys are kind of maybe about like 10, 15 feet behind him as he's kind of powering forward. He's smoking out of a pipe. The smoke's kind of drifting back as you guys are kind of venturing forward. The sun is up. It's a little windy. It's a little cloudy. It's getting greener again. So there's a lot of lush forest. The trees are getting a little bit bigger. You're getting more deeper into the wooden area, if you will. It's kind of becoming a little bit more foresty. It's still wet from the ground, but everything's a little bit brighter because of the rain the day before. As you guys are walking, you notice a single track of footprints that are kind of going the path that you guys are walking, and you're kind of stepping over them. They seem relatively small, humanoid, shoe, if you will, just a single set. Mozak's kind of looking
like a child size,
I would say more,
or a woman size,
like woman size, like 5'4", if you will, from the shoe size. You can venture that she's not very tall. But it seems like a smaller foot. Mozak's kind of been staring down at it and looking up, as you guys have been walking.
Would you say we're in the forest?
Yeah, you're on a path it's foresty. It's like woods, but it's very thick woods. So
we're not on.
It's not like a forest.
A well-traveled road.
Yeah, you're more.
We're in like a hiking trail.
Yeah, a hiking trail.
Bernie.
In Celestial, can I just murmur to myself, it's my favorite terrain?
Roll for nature.
Oh no. Oh no. Let's see. It probably doesn't matter. I rolled a total of 4.
You're killing it tonight.
I am not doing that. The dice. This guy. I'm putting that in dice jail. That one's going away.
Do I see any birds nearby?
There's small like seagulls. You're still somewhat close to the sea, right? So you're not too far off. But there's some seagulls. There's some like pigeons, things like that. They're kind of flying about.
So they're north of us. So we're traveling
south, southwest right now, kind of.
We're traveling southwest.
Yeah.
Do I see any birds that are resting nearby, whether perched on a branch or?
Roll for perception.
11.
11. It's not too. It's just, yeah, I'll give it to you. So you see a nest, in a tree, and there's a bird feeding, 2 little chicklets, if you will. Probably about 20 feet up.
Bro, we already had breakfast.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. I'm looking for something else.
Okay. I'll have the group roll again then.
Straight.
14 again.
11 again. This guy keeps going
11.
out.
Also 11.
Wow.
Really?
Well, so the roll was 10, so everybody...
11,
so
11,
good.
11.
So you guys venture
Yay.
another 3 hours. We are going to change our scenery really quick. One moment.
Oh, snap.
Un momento, por favor. No.
Second, sorry. We are switching... Sorry, we're back at the boat, and then now we're switching over to...
Hey, there's Thomas.
Yeah, sorry, one sec. I have to scroll through so many different things to get us where I want us to be.
Ooh, that's pretty.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right.
You're supposed to see that?
Yeah. So you guys venture
cool.
into a clearing.
That's rad.
It's there's a lot of. It's kind of like there's how to explain this. There is some old, buildings and things that have kind of decayed throughout time, made of stone, very beautiful in its own right, very ancient, and it's kind of been overtaken by the woods, the moss. You see a crypt, a coffin, if you will, kind of at the center, and it goes. There's a path that kind of leads through. It's very large in stature. It's kind of very like Aztec, if you will. So there's carvings of animals and stones. There's some arches that lead up. It's very high. There's trees that are kind of overtaking it. The sun is kind of peeking through ever so gently and shining light into this area. Below it, you could notice is you're kind of on top of what looks like a cliff, because if you look over to the side, you could actually drop off at any second. So you come up to this clearing where it's kind of seems like it's perched up and it drops off a cliff. Like it's kind of like a area cut out of this cliff, and if you look down to the side, it drops down about 200-300 feet at this point. But otherwise, you've been walking on normal land, and you just kind of come to this point where this thing's perched up on top of this grand canyon, if you will.
Mosaic,
would like
what is
to-
this place?
Huh?
What is this place, Mosaic? Why are we going through this
So this is
ruin?
these ruins have been here for quite some time. Not sure from whom, but it predates this Eden. I mean, judging by the look of it, hundreds of years. But through here is the path we must take to get to our brethren. If you venture through, it'll come to a clearing. I've been through here not too long ago, a couple days. It's relatively empty, barren, as you can see, overtaken by nature, which is kind of the rightful order of things, if you ask me.
I would like to use my stone cunning racial trait to roll a history check on this place.
Okay, let me pull up your stone cunning 1 second.
I'm gonna creep up behind Loki and grab his shoulders really fast and say, "Saved your life!" as we're close to that edge.
I don't. Is that something I don't understand?
Because you almost fell, even though you didn't really
Spoil.
almost fell.
That was a
Okay.
joke,
So,
and he was trying to shake you.
It was a joke.
It's okay to
You
not.
mean
You don't have to defend me.
it's
It was funny, actually. But
It
Okay.
was.
Fault.
Yeah.
He's not
We all
and
laughed.
human.
oh ha.
Well, you didn't laugh. The rest of us laughed.
so you're checking out
Ah,
you're,
I get it now.
you're checking out the stonework, right? Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a read on how long ago this place was built. and
I
who
then turn
built it.
around and I shake Cal and I go, saved your life.
No, you. I freaked the grip. Yeah, not like
Mosaic turns around really quick. Shh. If somebody's there, we don't want to elude them. And then roll your d20 for stone cutting.
Okay. So I apply my history proficiency times 2, so 14 total.
Okay. So as you're looking around, you can tell that this predates the clans as we know them. The area that you're in. It has it's very much, how do I explain this? It's in terms of, it's very tribal. It kind of goes back to the origin of the island. You venture to guess that the stone is actually older than 200-300 years. You might be dealing with close to like 500-600 years that the stone has been laid out. It's from a you can tell that looking around, surveying the land, that these were the first people that may have planted crops that settled down in this region, and were able to, through the fact that they cultivated crops, through the fact that they were able to, you can see bones kind of scattered out around a grain area where food was stored. You could venture that this was kind of the dawn of at least the first real civilization as you know it in this area. However, you not being from this location, you don't know the name of that civilization, but you could venture to guess that this is kind of where the Seiden spawned from over thousands of years.
Can I make a investigation
Yeah.
roll?
Yeah.
I want to look for any kind of iconography
And kind of what?
to see if iconography. I want to see if is there any anything that is engraved into the stone that I can actually recognize,
Or god statues.
Gotcha. Okay.
like God stuff. Exactly.
Just God
Sure.
things.
Roll.
Yeah, like so scary of them. Yeah, plus anything, right?
It'd be plus your religion.
Yeah, so that's 15.
Okay, 1 second. Let me pull up my notes.
God, when are we gonna play some dragon chess?
Well, not right now. We're in the middle of
No,
the
no,
boss.
not right now. I'm just
I know you're
So as-
excited about
thinking
that
about
thing.
it.
As
Yeah.
you're
I haven't tried my boomerang.
As you're looking, Danon, you're kind of surveying the land. You see perched up, there's these two pillars. And engraved in the pillars, okay,
Oh no.
you see like stars that were inked in black, but the black is kind of chipping off at this point. You recognize that Aaron, the god of life and death, that symbol is kind of embedded, circling these kind of going up these large pillars. And then in the middle of the pillars, you recognize a face, but it's two eyes and then a mouth. And then the two eyes are actually stars, and then the mouth is a star as well. And you recognize that as Arn, the god of life and death.
I will tell them that.
Oh yeah, I convey what I understood about the ruins as well.
That seems odd, isn't it? There's a lot of stars. Iconography of late.
Say it's Arn.
What should we do?
Do I know of anything about this with my history?
Well, you know that Arn, the ball you have, is kind of tied to.
That's what.
And then you also know what Sarah told you about Aaron's son.
Arn's son is
The kid, Aron forged 2 orbs, and his.
That's right.
Yeah. His kid's soul was fractured and went into the orbs.
that's right.
Dark and light, light and dark.
Two
Fire.
statues.
So it's two
And if
statues.
if the orbs, as Sarah put it, if they were to reconnect, or not as Sarah put it, as you put it when you were glowing and exciting, if they reconnected, there would be chaos.
So is this perhaps not the best place for us to stay? Maybe we should move quickly through this.
Maybe we should walk around.
Mozak's kind
Prayer
of kind of venturing forward into the ruins. He kind of looks down at the looks like an open casket. He looks down. Grave robbers have been here.
Before you were here last or after?
This was closed last time I was here.
I'd have done it too.
Maybe we should. Maybe we should go around.
I say a prayer in Celestial to Aaron.
Okay.
You. Whoop.
Mozak kind of looks down. We can't go around Danan. The problem here is there's a giant cavern, canyon, if you will, and this is the only way over it. And once we venture through, we'll come to that camp that I told you about. And if we see anybody, we should probably be kind of careful venturing in, but see if they're foe or friend, and then go from there.
All right, if we're going to do this, then we better make it quick.
I completely agree. Who are you with me?
We ran through. How long? How much?
Is
How
there
long
any
it will
way we
take us?
could?
You can. I mean, it's pretty grand in stature, but it's probably with everything around you. It's probably about the size of a football field, right? So, this canyon that's below, and this area that's lifted up over the canyon, it's about the size of a football field. There's some. You can see, pillars scattered about. The statues that look very animalistic, like made of panthers and different animals, are kind of covered in moss. It's so thick in vegetation that the sun is coming through, but you can literally see the beams of light. It's that, it's very much, the light is penetrating this green. Everything has a very green tint to it. Otherwise, everything kind of seems pretty barren, however. And it's very much, things are kind of crumbling about. You can see parts that have fallen off into the cliff, and that used to have, railings that are now crumbled apart. It's pretty much a decaying ruin.
Lead on. Are we just storm the castle, or is there a way we can funnel them
Should
into a
just-
choke point?
I mean,
But we venture through this point, Mozak says, and once we get round about here for another 100 yards, you'll come to a clearing. The trees are very much, it's more of a field, a little bit more spread out. And you'll see there seems to be a little hut. And last I was here, there was nobody around.
Ah, the hut. So we're
Four.
halfway there.
Move cautiously.
So who's
I forgot about the
So
hut.
Mozak kind of takes the lead. As you guys kind of ventured forward, you come up into a clearing. Okay, you're standing by a large stone. You kind of peer through. You see a large grass field that you can kind of tell that has been kind of cleaned out. There's some leaves that are kind of scattered around the ground. The trees are a little bit more spread out here. There's some flowers in the west. You see this hut. There's some vines that kind of go up into it. There's some stairs that lead up. Otherwise, pretty clean.
so no one did an investigation on the tomb?
Nobody did while you guys were walking through. You said you wanted to hurry through.
We looked at the runes or the inscriptions or
Yeah,
whatnot.
you guys never looked inside the casket or anything.
Just took him at his word.
So you guys now have ventured kind of through and forward. Um, you're at this clearing, and what are you guys doing?
Because we're
Can we
taking
s-
a short rest, right?
Is it just a hut in the
Wait,
middle of this
So
clearing?
you're standing inside the tree line right now, looking in to a clearing, and you see the hut probably, I don't know, 40 feet away.
What do I hear
That's
around
pretty
me?
close.
Roll for perception.
I would also like to circle around the other
12.
side, if possible.
Sure. 12.
And look. see
I'm
if I-
basically I'm trying to see if I hear animal noises or if it is unsettlingly quiet.
So as you look at the hut, actually also, Cal, roll for perception, seeing as you kind of circled around from a different point of view.
Much better. Total of 17.
Okay, so right now, Brawl, you don't see much. You hear a. That's what you. That's what you hear. As
And do I hear any animal sounds? Forest sounds.
I mean, you can hear some like squirrels and some various things kind of off and about, but nothing
Okay.
alarming animal wise. But the kind of gives you some pause because it doesn't sound animal. It sounds more manufactured
It sounds like a squeaky door.
a little bit. Or
rocking
roll for
chair.
roll for history.
History. I read a book about sound once.
Oh,
5.
5. Okay, yeah. You just hear. Now, Cal, on the other hand, you've kind of circled around. You're about 20 feet away from the group. You're on the other side. Not the other side, but like halfway through this clearing. But you're still in the tree line. You look on straight on, and you see a woman rocking on a rocking chair. She's blonde, blue eyes, looks like she's in her 20s. Young, human. She's wearing a light baby blue dress, and she's just kind of rocking back and forth.
Does she look friendly?
Nope.
She doesn't look unfriendly. I mean, she just looks like a normal person who's on her porch, rocking on a rocking chair in front of her hut.
All right. I step out of the tree line and I say, "Hello."
She kind of looks at you. The rocking stops. Tilts her head.
How's it?
Puts her hands
How are you?
down on the handles of this rocking chair. Hello.
Hi. How's it going?
It goes.
So my name is Cal, and I was
Is it
told
Cal
that
or
this
is it
place...
Thomas?
What?
Is it Cal or is it Thomas?
Well, that takes me back. He kind of,
Are any of us hearing this?
You can hear it, yeah, because they're just talking like normal. But you guys are still hidden back.
Can I get a sense of undead with my advantage on investigation of undead?
You certainly can.
Investigation is at 23.
But for undead, correct?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
looking for.
You don't sense any undead.
Okay, it's not a
I-
bench.
Well, sorry,
I'll
let
put
me
my-
refrain. Time out. You sense there is something decaying and dead in the area, but not coming from the voice.
Okay. This also would normally go. Okay, I'll just say a Okay, I was just searching for undead. So there's something in the area that I'm sensing is undead or dead.
You're sensing is undead in the area,
Okay, I'm gonna take my bow
but
out,
not coming from the person speaking.
and I'll say to the Brawl and Danan, be on your guard. Something is not right here.
How far am I from this woman on the porch?
Where you are, 1 second. You guys are probably 1 moment. Sorry. 1 sec. I need to look at something.
I thought it was a banshee.
Okay, 1 second. I would say where you guys are, you're probably maybe like 60 feet away.
Perfect. I'm going to use Divine Sense.
Okay. 1 second. So as an action, you can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. You can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or known the location of a celestial fiend, undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. Okay, so 1 second here. Let me just kind of dive into this 1 second, bro. So you sense, Brawl, that there is within range something that is undead, not coming from the voice, but you do also sense something dark, ominous, if you will, and hidden. Your eyes and your ears point you to, you don't trust what you're necessarily hearing. So,
But I don't know the location of the source of whatever is making me uncomfortable.
you sense the voice is making you very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then you also sense
Makes me uncomfortable.
you
too.
also sense that there's more than just the voice. But as you're feeling this, the girl, this young girl rocking on this chair.
So I would like to put my hand on my dagger and say, "Now, how would you know about that, miss?"
Oh well, you kind of look like an open book.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you look like the kind that wears his heart on his sleeve. Come forward. I'll be happy to speak with you. Or would you like did you come here for your fortune?
Yeah, I did. I think maybe I did.
Well, my name is Laurel. I'm a fortune teller. Come forward.
Okay, I cautiously step forward, so that I've made it to the porch at the very least.
You can kind of see her. Her eyes are pretty wide open, very large, blonde hair split down the middle, going down her side, over her shoulders to her back. She's rocking on this very rickety, put together rocking chair. The hut behind her seems relatively clean for the most part, but you can see some cobwebs in the door frame. The door is open. Well, come inside. I'll be happy to tell you your fortune. Come with.
I adjust my collar and I look
Where's-
around for the
Where's
group.
what's his face?
Yeah, what's Mozak saying about this?
Mozak's still with you guys, kind of like peering forward. He looks over you. This woman was not here the last time I was here.
But the hut was here.
The hut seems the same, but the door The door, there was a door, and it was closed, and it was locked.
So I'm just gonna step on in with her.
Ah, welcome, welcome, welcome. You step in the door without anybody holding it, just closes.
Fuck.
She sits down. You look inside. There's a small little stool sitting in front of next to a little fireplace, and there's bones and like animals kind of
Shit.
hanging on the walls. There's a table in the side. You can see some scraps of food on it, and then across from the stool in this fireplace on the other side is another rocking chair. A little bit better. It looks pretty nice actually. It's pretty. I mean, as far as rocking chairs go, it's a pretty 5-star rocking chair.
Oh my god. Are there fucking
5 stars.
heads? Are there heads?
She sits down on the rocking chair, and she's
Quite a collection there, miss.
Ah,
2 whole rocking
yes.
chairs.
Well,
Are there windows to this hut?
are there windows to this hut? No. No.
No windows.
I yell to
It's a
Cal
straw. It's a
after
straw
seeing
top.
him goes
It's
in.
a straw top. There's a tree. The branches actually kind of. There's a tree to the left of this hut, and the actual roots of the tree grow over this hut, and then fall off to the side.
I yell to Cal after I see him go in. Are you okay? Is everything? What's going on in there?
Over my shoulder, I just wink at the tree line as I cross the threshold into the home before it slams shut, I suppose.
Yeah. So let's just kind of backtrack. He's inside the hut.
Yeah,
He's
right.
inside the hut. The door is closed. There's no windows, and you're screaming at a hut, and he can't hear you. So
Okay.
that's where we're at right now.
Should we
I'm
rush-
approaching the hut.
All
rush
right,
it?
as they approach the hut, am I getting a sense of like when she says, so she said a fortune teller, right? So like all these bones and stuff look kind of like fortune tellery, like medicine person, like you throw the bones, or is that what you mean when you're describing that? Like, okay, cool. So she sits down and she's in her rocking chair.
Yes.
All right, is there like another chair I can take across from
There's
her?
a stool that's there's a little fireplace that's built into the back of this hut, and she kind of reaches her hand out, and then smoke and fire comes from the fireplace.
Oh, was that your fireplace? Is it enchanted? I'm gonna take off my bow and lay it against the door.
She kind of reaches her hand out, kind of like this. Well, you know, when it gets cold, it's time sometimes to light a fire. And
So, what kind of fortunes do you tell?
well, it depends on what would you like to know.
Before I get myself into something a little over my head, is this like a bargain, or do I pay you, or?
Depends on what you want.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
You knock, but Cal can't hear it from the outside.
Fuck.
I'm gonna bang on the door.
Doesn't hear anything.
Can I open it?
You try to open it, and it's stuck. So
What do I want to
back to
know?
the inside. So as you're talking, she kind of reaches her hand out, and all the bones that are on the table fly into her hand. And she catches them. She reaches out her left hand. A cup flies into her hand. She puts the bones inside the cup and starts shaking it. Tell me, Kyle, Ukalo, or the Sedan, what would you like to know?
I want to know if Song's okay. I want to know if someone I care about deeply is still here with us. If if I might be able to find her.
How bad would you like to know?
Pretty bad. I got this really cool boomerang. I could give that to you.
I don't think you have much care for a boomerang, Cal.
Well, you're not wrong.
What can you do for me?
What can I do for you? What?
If I need you in the future to do a task, would you do it without question?
That's like signing a blank check. I feel like that's a little overkill for
What is a
wanting to check
what's a
in.
check?
I feel like that's a blank, an empty promise. Not an empty promise. I don't know. You're asking a lot.
If you make this promise with blood, then
I'm binding.
she takes out her hand. She's holding the bones and the cup in the other hand, shaking it.
I need
A
to know.
dagger flies to her hand. She cuts, while holding the cup, she cuts the top of her fingers, grabs it. Her fingers are bleeding and she reaches her hand out, puts the knife in it. Blood for blood, Cal.
For blood. I take the knife and, in a similar fashion, across my fingers and shakily hold them
She
out.
grabs your hand like this. The blood. She pulls it away. Licks her fingers. You've been through so much. Well, let us see if your significant other is still with us, shall we? She rolls the bones out onto a table. It's been years, hasn't it, Cal?
What do you mean?
When was the last time you saw her?
It couldn't have been more than a couple months before this.
Months?
Yeah.
No, Cal. When was the last time you really saw her?
It must have been. I don't understand.
She kind of looks down. Do you enjoy pain, Cal?
I'm accustomed to it.
I don't think that she is, and I don't think that she necessarily cares for it, judging by what I see.
She's gone.
Oh no, she's very much here and she very much feels. But what she's feeling is not necessarily what she wishes to.
But she's still alive.
Like a thread, Cal, hanging in the breeze, like a thread. I would say your venture should probably set you west if you wish to free her from her torments.
West. Okay. This has been strange.
Likewise.
I suppose our business is concluded.
Well, our business is concluded, but I'm not certain that your friends are. If one of them wishes a question, the door swings open. I'll call on you soon, Cal. The door opens and Loki's kind of standing in the doorway.
Is he okay? Where is it? Can you see him?
Yeah, you're bleeding.
Can I make a stealth check to try and hide a tear.
Hide your tears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$18.
So as you're walking out, you
Single
kind
tear.
of go like this, catching a tear from your eye, drying your eyes, and you step forward from the doorway. This young blonde woman kind of ushering you out. I'll call on you soon, Kyle. As you kind of step through the doorway, Loki kind of standing right there with it, like.
I step out and my jaw's like half open. I'm like, definitely look stupefied.
Cal, are you okay?
Huh?
Are you
Are
okay?
you okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Call.
I don't know about you guys, but I have no desire to stay here.
I want to investigate this woman and know if she's a woman or actually more fiendish.
So you want to step in?
No, I want to look at her from the doorway.
She kind of looks at you. Hmm. You seem like one that has many questions.
Right now, I just have one.
Mm-hmm.
What are you?
But a person. Isn't that what we all are?
Have an insight check?
Yeah.
16.
I mean, you sense that she's definitely a person and more.
A person and more.
Mhm.
Like human. Like an actual human, though.
You get the sense
'Cause this-
that she.
If I'm investigating, I would want to know if she's a fiend.
You kind of dig deep a little bit. You don't sense fiend, no.
Not like a hag, not like someone from the Fae.
You sense. Would you roll 16?
That was for insight.
Yeah.
I can roll for investigation if you'd like.
Yeah, roll for investigation.
Oh, 12.
Okay, you don't get the sense of fiend, but you do get the sense of fae.
Okay.
She's kind of looking
Like-
at you, her long bony fingers kind of sticking out. If you have questions, please come in. If not, let me be.
Why are you here?
Wait.
Who speaks? I
Bro.
can't see who speaks.
Bro. You don't want any of this.
Go.
I don't think that any of us here I think that your information is too expensive. So I'll bid you a good day.
Well, Loki, Ocean Reaper. Have a nice day. The door closes.
I should go.
Brawl, do you have some cloth?
I take something out of my backpack and hand it to him.
I'm just gonna wrap it around my hand.
Call. Call.
Ah,
Are you
Yes?
okay? Are you
Ah.
okay?
let's focus on the mission.
Are you okay? What is
Ah.
what is the thing that you wanna build?
Build.
Yeah, you wanna you want to create something with your hands. What is the thing that you want to create? I just need to know that it's you.
A cape.
Paul.
A cape. That's right.
Okay, of what?
I don't know yet. I haven't found the right material.
I'm gonna shake Cal and say, "I saved your life."
That's how it's done. Oh my.
Is it? I still don't really understand.
Here we go. I think Jim's a gag.
What?
What happens if I try to open the door?
It opens.
Is it empty? Is she still in there?
Still sitting in the chair.
Bro,
Hello,
you may want to leave this.
hello, bro.
I'm
So
not
what-
going in, but I say in Sylvan, why are you here?
You come to my. She says back in Sylvan. You come to my home, and you ask me why I'm here.
This is not your home.
Is a home not a place that you sleep in? Or is
This is not where you're from.
likewise, brothel? Likewise, but do you find yourself home with your friends?
My home is far away,
Oh, home is where the
just as yours is.
home is where the heart is, my young dwarf.
I would be very surprised if you had one.
She kind of tightens up a little bit.
Nice.
Do you insult me, bro?
No, I'm simply making observations.
Well,
We stumbled upon a clearing with a hut in the middle of it. A fortune teller. How much business do you get through here? In the middle of nowhere.
maybe I came here to retire.
She looks young though, right? She looks like
Yeah,
how old?
she looks in her 20s.
25.
She looks human though. She doesn't have pointed ears. She's not elvish.
Looks like a young, blonde hair, blue dress.
Let's go.
One more word, bra, that insults me, and we may have cause. You can see her. She reaches her hand out, and some twigs fly from the table into her hand, and she starts fiddling with them.
I think it's time to go, guys.
Yes.
See you soon, and tell Cal I look forward to our next meeting.
I shut the door before she finishes speaking.
You hear me. Me too. And then that's it.
We need to go. Like, fast.
Yeah. Let's go.
So
Take her leave.
Mozak kind of ventures out. As you guys are walking, you kind of look behind you. You see three, looks like mounds of dirt that are buried underneath the porch. As you guys are kind of venturing out, Mozak kind of points it out to you. Do you see that underneath the porch? As you guys are walking away from it,
Yes.
it looks like burial.
Were those here the last time you came through here?
I'm afraid not. Those look pretty fresh. And then he kind of ventures forward. Do you guys follow him?
I stumble behind him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that'll be a great time to end tonight's episode. I'd like to thank everybody.
I'm so scared. I fucking hate hags.
Who knows it was a hag? It might not have been a hag.
It was definitely a hag. Totally.
The Fey element of it.
Yeah, it was probably like a green hag.
Who knows?
This guy.
It's a
I'm sorry, guys.
young blonde woman.
It's
Well,
not
it
really
makes-
what I expected.
It makes sense that you actually made us deal with it. Oh my god. Layers upon layers. Oh my god. No.
Good.
But that is going to be tonight's episode. I hope everybody enjoyed who is watching. I think we broke a new record for most live watchers, which is kind of cool. So we really appreciate you guys tuning in. Please subscribe to this channel, smash the like button, ring the bell, do whatever you got to do. Give us some love. Everybody here is putting in a lot of time, effort, and energy into this, and we appreciate you guys following through. So, with that being said, we will see you guys next week, Wednesday.
Yeah. And
Wednesday is the best day.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Wednesday.
On
Wednesday.
Nat 1, baby.
Not one.
That one.
That one.
Take it easy.
One.